I want to kind of go back to when you became a SEAL, right?
Yep.
You get into the Navy finally, you go to Buds. How does that all work out?
So I went in, it took me about 8 or 9 months to actually get my SEAL contract from the streets. And that was just letters of recommendation, talking to the right people, getting in the right groups, getting in way better shape, and just testing every week.
Yep.
Formally.
Well, you had a mentor, right?
Yeah. Well, there was a program called it was like with Naval Special Warfare. It was like a guy who owned a triangle of territory, which was Vegas, LA, and San Diego. And he would, cycle through, but run workouts and just kind of, be involved in that. And there was groups of guys in each city. And so that's all I did, man. And I needed to get in better shape. It just pushed me harder than I would have ever pushed myself.
Right.
Running wise, for sure. It's just hard for anybody, dude. Try pushing yourself till you puke every day. It's like almost impossible. Unless you're like a psychopath, it's hard to do that. But I needed it. I needed that type of pushing. And I really know it helped me because it helped with my bone density. I never even got injured in Buds or SEALs or nothing. Never. I never had any injuries, and I know it was because of doing half-mile sprints and all this shit and swimming and just absolutely just pounding my body.
Yeah.
It just strengthened me up, man. And so then I got my SEAL contract, shipped out in February 2010. Then I hit a great stride of timing in the Naval Special Warfare pipeline where I went to, boot camp, special warfare, Buds prep, passed everything, got picked up in Buds 284 and then SQT 284 all the way through, never had injuries or failures or nothing. And so I just did it in about as fast as you can do it.
How many guys don't get injured?
Like, I'll give you some numbers, man. We flew out with 400 guys. I mean, it started with a pool of about 600-700.
Yeah.
They take 75%. So we flew out with 400. 3 weeks later, it was 285. 3 weeks later, it was 185. We finished like 15 dudes.
Wow.
Some of those guys got rolled back and injured. We ended up graduating about 50 from that 400, but only about 15 guys made it all the way through.
Right. Right. Fuck, dude.
Just number-wise. It's just mostly injuries, some failures, and you have a certain amount of failures you can have. You can like fail, 2 courses or something, and you get rolled class back, but you don't get failures again after you get rolled back once. Yeah. So you got to finish up.
So would you say it's more physically demanding or mentally demanding?
People will say, man, it's 90% mental. I think it's probably a good solid 50-50.
Okay.
Because, you have got to have some level of bone density. You got to have some level of being able to run fast enough and shit like that. There's just some guys that just couldn't run fast enough or swim fast enough, is what it is. But there was guys a lot better shape than me, way better athletes that quit.
Yeah.
They just didn't want it.
Mentally there.
Yeah.
Right?
And not that some people just decide it's not for them, and that's also the piece. Like, they quit, but they're just like, dude, I don't want to do this.
Right.
Fair enough. Good on them.
Well, it's designed to do that, right? It's designed to push the people out that aren't meant to be there.
Yeah. They're like, man, you know what? I really want to do something else with my life. Like, this is just, I respect that, man. Don't stay in if it's not for you.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause if you got to know this is all you want to do.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Damn. So how long did it take you to get through to Hell Week? How long is that from when you first enter Buds?
Yeah. To Hell Week? So you have it's about 6 weeks, 7 weeks in.
Okay. And how'd you do with the sleep deprivation?
Dude, that was a gnarly experience. That was hard as shit. It was, everybody starts hallucinating by like Wednesday. Because you're starting
in Hell Week, you're saying?
Yeah. Everyone. So you're about Wednesday night. Your chafe, man, is brutal. Dude, my dick was chafed so bad. Dead serious. They give you these things called cock socks, bro. These are the small details you don't know, but it's like a mesh netting that so it stops it from like rubbing. It's so bad.
Your dick doesn't fall off?
Yeah, it just gets so chafed. But like the inside of your legs, your like hips, because you're wearing like a life jacket sometimes. And so you're just like rubbed raw. And you're moving 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're running and shit. So dudes fall asleep running.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. You're standing up trying to eat. You'll just be standing there and then you'll just hear like smash, crash. Just some like guy, all the plates like fall over and you're like, were you sleeping? No. It's just like all the stuff's on the ground. So it's an interesting experience, but there's some real cool moments too. We do this around the world where you actually row a boat from Coronado out into the ocean, all the way around the bay, all the way down to Imperial Beach.
Damn. Okay.
So you're like, but you're rowing and you'll be like looking at downtown. And it's like you're, you know, everything. And you're just like, whoa, dude. You know, it's a trip. You have these like super surreal moments. And they're magical because you can't recreate them. But yeah, Hell Week was interesting because once you pass, dude, you got like 5 months left.
Right.
You know, and they have this thing called post-Hell Week depression.
Yeah.
Where everyone's elated. And then you start that next week and you realize you're like, oh, I have 5 more months. And it's not, you're just still getting beat down and like crushed.
Yeah. But it's not as hard as that first 6 weeks, is
it? It's pretty rough.
I
mean, they still smash you, man.
Yeah. Are you sleeping? You're able to...
Yeah, that Hell Week's the only time you ever have that type of level of sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
But man, you're still up early running, you know, and you could still fail stuff and you're still getting totally beat down too. Like they call them beat down sessions. I mean, even in dive phase, you got tanks on your back. They're just crushing you with push-ups and stuff, dude. You're just getting pushed to the max. And so that it starts to kind of weigh on you.
Right.
And then you hit another wicket. And that's probably something that's like business-wise too is, you know, we talk about purpose and stuff. You hit these wickets.
Yeah.
And you're elated and it kind of dies off.
Right.
You know, like that high starts to die off. And so you seek that next purpose. And I think that's important for guys to do is to keep pushing it, right? Set that next horizon quickly.
Right. Yeah.